Hello, hello, hello. Hello, fellow inspirers. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good time. Today, I'm here to talk about daily routines for success. Do you know that the way you live your day to day life can affect your life as a whole? Do you know that what you do or consider as ordinary and regular can affect the way your whole life turns out? And that's why today I want to give you daily routines for success. There are certain things you have to put in place if you want to become that person that you think you can be, that person you dream of being. If you want to achieve your goals, if you want to be successful, there are certain things you need to do on a day-to-day basis. So let me go straight into it. The first thing you have to do is to prepare for the next day. Your success does not begin first thing in the morning. It begins last thing at night. So if you want to have a successful tomorrow, you have to prepare tonight. So if you're about to go to bed, you have to first have a plan mapped out for tomorrow. That means that if you want to have a productive day, if there are certain things you want to do tomorrow, you need to put things in place to ensure that everything is ready for tomorrow. So a good tomorrow begins with a good tonight. So get everything ready, have a plan. Tell yourself, this is what I want to do tomorrow. When I wake up, I want to do this. When I get to the office, I want to do that. I want to accomplish so and so tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Please put down your names. Tell me where you're watching from. I would love to know where you're watching from. So, like I was saying, if you want to have a successful tomorrow, you need to have a good tonight. So what you do tonight affects your tomorrow. So if you want to have a productive tomorrow, you have to arrange for everything tonight. And I recommend writing down. Don't just say I will wing it. Don't wing it when it comes to planning. You have to write it down. I've talked about journaling and the importance of journaling. I'll put the link at the end of this live stream. I'll put the link of that video in the description of this live stream, so you can go and watch it and learn the importance of journaling. Go and learn to write and write it down on paper. Say to yourself, tomorrow is the 28th of May. I'm going to do this first thing in the morning. I'm going to do this in the afternoon. This is what I want to accomplish. So these are the certain steps that I have laid down so that I can accomplish my goals. Now, after mapping out what you want to do tomorrow, you have to go to bed early. Don't go to bed late saying that you're writing or you're busy or you're watching a movie. If you want to be productive tomorrow, you need to get enough sleep tonight. Sleep is very important. Sleep is a huge part of productivity, but many people don't know it. They think that the more they stay awake, the more they will accomplish. But that is not quite the case, because I'm an advocate of sleep. I've even done a video on how sleep is a productivity hack. The link of that video will be in the description of this video. So go to bed early. Go to bed early. Have about 8 hours of sleep, because it's very important. Then you need to ensure that you turn off the lights. Some people sleep with lights. I don't know how they do it. Are you someone who sleeps with the lights turned on? If you are, please tell me in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section so I know if you're someone who can sleep with the light turned on. I don't know how to sleep with the light turned on, so I usually would advise turn off the light. Make your room as cool as possible, not cold, but cool, so that you can feel really comfy. You can feel like, you're not too hot, you're not irritable, you're not too cold, you're not shivering, but you are comfortable. Then go to bed early, because when you go to bed early, it gives your body enough time to repair itself. It gives your mind enough time to calm down, relax, and decompress. It's very important to decompress because it helps you have a clearer mind. It helps you wake up refreshed. So go to bed early. And then the next tip, the next daily routine for success is to wake up early. There's a saying, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man strong, healthy, and wise. Have you heard that saying? When you go to bed early and you get up early, you're going to achieve much more than if you stayed up late and you got up late. Use the early hours of the morning very, very wisely. Use them judiciously. Use them to not just articulate your thoughts, but to start putting things in place to have a productive day. Now, the next daily routine for success is to begin your day in silence. For me, this is a very big deal. Begin your day in silence. What does it mean to begin your day in silence? It means that when you wake up, you don't just start ranting. You don't just start talking. Stay calm. You can even meditate for a few minutes. Just be calm. Be centered. Be in the moment. This is not the time for you to start fussing, for you to start yelling at children, for you to start jumping out of bed. And that is why, like I said, you have to prepare the night before. You have to let everything be in place before you start your day. And that is going to save you from having to rush through your morning. That is going to save you from having to hurry and just be all over the place. So begin your day with silence. This is a big one for me because it's something that I practice. When you start your day in silence, you are better able to comport and compose yourself. You're able to start the day calmly. You're able to plan ahead, think ahead, be in the moment. So have at least 15 minutes meditation. Just be calm. Just sit down, relax for a moment, think to yourself, be in the moment, and don't rush through your day. Now, when you finally get to the office, or if you work from home, wherever it is you work from, one thing you need to do if you want to be successful, if you want to accomplish your goals, is to start with your most unpleasant must do. What does that mean? What I mean is, if there's something that you have to do, there's something that is a requirement for your success or the attainment of your goals, do that thing first, even if it is something you don't like to do. If there is this task you don't quite enjoy, but it is something that will move you ahead in your career, or something that is going to help you grow to the next level, but you don't like doing it, maybe it's not something that you want to keep doing, or it's something you wish that somebody else can take off your hands, do that thing first. Some people say it's eat the frog. It means do that unpleasant thing first thing in the morning. Because there are some other tasks, there are some other assignments, there are some other activities that you don't mind doing. You enjoy doing those ones. Those ones are fun. Those ones are the things you should do last. Why you should do those things you enjoy doing last is because even if nobody is motivating you, even if nobody is there to encourage you, you don't mind doing those things. You enjoy doing them. And so you'll naturally do them. You won't feel compelled. You won't feel uncomfortable doing them. You will still do them. So that thing you don't like doing, do it first. Because when you do it first, you will get that off your chest. It will give you the momentum, and you will still be able to do those other things that you love doing. So that one you don't like, make it the first thing that you do. And then another thing, another daily routine for success is to avoid chatter and unnecessary banter when you're working. When you're doing something, when you have a task at hand, that's not the time for you to be cracking jokes, laughing, teasing people, going from one person's desk to the next. That's a time for you to focus, especially if you're doing a lot of brain work. If it's not something that is manual, if it's not something that you're using your hands to do, if it's something that needs concentration, if it's something that needs focus, that's not the time to chatter, to play, and to have unnecessary banter. There will be time for that later in the day when you're starting to unwind. But first thing in the morning, when you have serious tasks to do, it's not when you start having banter, jokes, or you're playing around. So if you really want to zero in, if you want to maximize your energy, if you want to maximize your focus and your attention, cut out the banter, cut out the laughing and the joking around first thing in the morning. Save it for later in the day when you're doing less serious work, or when you're shutting down for the day, or when people are on a break. Save the banter, save the joking around for much later. Another thing you need to do in order for you to attain success through your routine is to stay hydrated. It means drink water. When I say stay hydrated, I'm not saying take coffee, I'm not saying take soda. I am saying drink water. Clean water. That's what you need. That's what your body needs. Stay hydrated, because when you stay hydrated, it helps you to clear toxins even while you're working. It helps you to stay healthy. It keeps you from being thirsty, and it makes your brain function even better. So stay hydrated while you're working. Remember that you must prioritize your health at every point in time. You must ensure that even while you're working, you are taking good care of your health. And staying hydrated is one way of taking good care of your health. Now, the next thing that you need to do in order to attain success through your daily routines is to eat healthy meals. This may be something that is difficult for people to do, because more often than not, when we are busy, we are likely to eat anything we find in sight. We are likely to eat anything that is around us. We are likely to just grab a snack and go. And we are likely to eat something healthy when we just grab anything, because fast food is not necessarily healthy food. So you have to eat healthy meals. And that means that just as you have prepared for the day, you prepared for the morning the night before, you also have to prepare your meals ahead of time. You have to prepare your meals so that you readily have healthy meals to eat that will keep you energized, that will keep you strong and healthy, and save you from having energy collapse and all that while you're working. Another tip for achieving success through your daily routines is to take brief walks. Take brief walks. Taking brief walks is, like when you're behind your desk and you're working, you just get up and take a walk, maybe a 5 minutes walk. Just move around a little for 5 to 10 minutes, then you return to your desk. This is going to help you to stay healthy. It's going to save you from several health conditions that are caused by a sedentary lifestyle. There are certain diseases that sitting down too much or lying down too much or not moving around often causes. There are some diseases like high blood pressure. High blood pressure can also, studies have shown that a sedentary lifestyle can lead to high blood pressure. A sedentary lifestyle can lead to stroke. If you're not exercising your body, if you're not moving your body, if you're always in one place, you don't move around, you don't go around from time to time, you may develop certain ailments, certain diseases. So in order for you to stay healthy even while you work, find time in between from time to time. Maybe every 1 hour you take a 5 minutes walk. Every 1 hour you take a 5 to 10 minutes walk. This is going to save you from a lot of unnecessary health conditions. And I discovered another thing. Have you heard about dead butt syndrome? I came across that and I did a research and found out that a sedentary lifestyle can also lead to dead butt syndrome. Have you heard about that? Well, I wrote an article on dead butt syndrome. I'll put the link of that article in the description of this video. So that's one of the things that a sedentary lifestyle can cause you. So do your best to walk around from time to time. Now, the next tip on how to build your daily routine for success is to stay away from non-work related social media usage while working. What does that mean? It means that when you're working, you should not use social media except your work is social media related. That's what it means. Because one thing about social media is that one look, just like, let me pick up my phone, let me see what's online, let me see what's trending. One look could become one swipe, which would become you viewing one clip. And then from one clip, you move to the next clip and many more. And social media has this way of sucking you in. It has this way of pulling you in that you don't even realize it. You don't even realize that you have gone so deep down the rabbit hole. And you keep going and going and going, and your head is bent. And before you know what's happening, you've been on your phone for hours. And when you've been on your phone for hours, by the time you lift up your head, you will see that you have lost so much daylight. You have lost so many hours that you could have put into your work. And that's why I advise that you stay away from social media while you're working, because it's going to make you lose momentum and focus and get you sucked into the social media content. Now, you remember I said earlier that you should not have banter first thing in the morning. You shouldn't have banter when you're doing something serious. You should not have banter when you have to focus and concentrate and give your whole attention to your work. Now, there's a time for banter, and you can have banter after work. So when, you know, it's almost closing time, when you people are about to call it a day, when you want to wind up for the night, you can now have banter. That's the time to start teasing your colleagues. That's the time to have a few laughs. That's the time to joke around, because now that banter has its purpose. It is no longer a source of distraction. That banter at the right time is now helping you to decompress, is helping you release the tension, is helping you to release the stress, the day's stress. That is a good time for banter. When you're rounding off work for the day, is the right time to have banter. Many people don't realize that there's a right time for banter. There's a right time to have conversations, and there's a wrong time to have banter. People don't realize it. They just feel that you can have banter at any time. They just feel that banter is very important and you shouldn't miss it. But I'm not saying miss banter. I'm not saying don't interact with people. I'm not saying don't crack jokes. No. What I'm saying is crack jokes, laugh, play at the right time. And that right time is when you have finished your work for the day. That right time is when you have achieved your goals for the day. That is when you have ticked things off your bucket list. That is when you have achieved all that you planned for the day, or at least most of it. Now you can laugh, now you can crack jokes, now you can share memes and play around with your friends, with your colleagues, because now the banter is useful because it's helping you release the stress and tension. And not only that, cracking jokes with your friends, with your colleagues at the right time keeps your relationships fresh, because now it is not a distraction to you, neither is it a distraction to your colleagues. And also the banter is helping you decompress after a hard day's job. So these are the tips that I have on how to build daily routine for success. Now, when you have achieved all this, when you have done all this, it's time to go home to family. When you go home to family, you can also have banter with family. It's not just colleagues at work that you crack jokes and you laugh around with. It's also important to do the same with your family. Ask them how their day went. Tell them how yours went. Have a good rapport with your family. And at the end of it all, that takes you back to the very first tip that I gave you, which is to have a plan mapped out the night before. So after you have interacted with family, after you've told your spouse how your day went and your spouse has done the same, after you have put the kids to bed and you now want to wind down for the night, have a plan for tomorrow. Remember that we're talking about daily routines. So it's about what you do every day to achieve success. Every day, you have to work consciously. You have to work deliberately. You have to live a life of self-awareness so that everything you do is in alignment and is working towards taking you to a place of success and is working towards helping you achieve your goals and become a successful person. So have a plan for the next day. Just as you had a plan for this day, have a plan for the next day. And you keep doing that every single night. Don't ever go to bed any night without having a plan for tomorrow. Draw out a plan, write out a concrete plan for tomorrow, what you intend to achieve, how you intend to achieve it, where you want to go, what you want to do, and all that you want to accomplish tomorrow. Remember that tomorrow's success is dependent on tonight's planning. So plan your tomorrow tonight so that you wake up with a plan, you wake up with a goal, you are not random about how you spend your day. Having a daily plan, having a plan ahead of the next day will help you to not be random about how you spend your day, but will help you have a direction for the next day. It will help you have a plan, a schedule that guides you on how to spend your day so that you don't spend it randomly, you don't waste your time, you don't live haphazardly, but everything is well organized, well put together, and well laid out. So I'd like to know, which of these tips did you find most interesting about how to build a daily routine for success? Which of these many tips did you enjoy? And which one are you going to start putting into practice? Which ones have you been doing before? Have you been going to bed early? Or have you been waking up early? Tell me which of these daily routines you have been practicing and which ones you're going to add to your retinue, which ones you're going to add to your lifestyle. Remember that building a lifestyle is dependent on what you do every day. Your daily routines influence and shape your lifestyle. So if you want to have a certain lifestyle, if you want to be successful, if you want to achieve certain goals, it starts with your daily routine. All right. So tell me in the comment section which of these daily routines you've been practicing and which ones you want to add to your practice. Okay, that's the end of our live for tonight. I thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. It's free of charge. Simply click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you any money. It is completely free of charge. So please subscribe to this channel. You can share this video when it's up. Also, watch my other videos and my playlist. I have playlists here on this channel. I talk about self-development, mental health, building successful relationships, whether at work, whether romantic relationships, whether in the family. I also have a passion for youths, especially teenagers and people in their 20s. So I also talk about things that would be helpful to them. But generally, I talk about self-development, I talk about growth, and that cuts across all ages. So if you're passionate about becoming a better version of yourself, join our community by subscribing to this channel, because I have many videos that will teach you not just theoretical ideas, but practical steps on how to become a better person, how to improve your life, how to improve your relationships, and how to just become a much better person. All right, thank you for giving me your time one more time. It's good to have you here. And I hope to spend more time with you, not just on lives, but also on my videos. So let's keep growing together here as a community. And it's always good to have you with me, whether on my live videos or on my recorded videos. Like I always say, don't forget to be an inspiration. Thank you once more for being with me. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.